This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react.
Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to another episode of An Anthropologist Gets Caught Up on whatever the hell it is Amber's doing today. Today is Tuesday. It is Tuesday, the 25th of February, 2025. I feel like today should be like a significant date in ye olde astrological happenings. I don't think it is, but I feel like it should be. So it is. Today Amber will be going live supposedly around 9 p.m. I think that's EST. Don't hold me to that. I am not her person. I am at a loss for words. I have had a migraine for 2 days. But I do have a face full of makeup, if you can tell. And the reason, and we're playing the gray dot game. So if you spot it, you get to join the gray dot club. But the point is I put a full face of makeup on, so I figured I'd do some recording. And I bought the e.l.f. Halo Glow Pressed Powder. I think it's a foundation, and now that I'm seeing it on camera, it's not so bad. But in person, so what I did was I put my normal, I have their satin finish foundation on, but I just have it on my cheeks, like right through here, because I've got some rosacea. If you've ever seen me without makeup, you've seen it. So I've got that on my cheeks, and then the powder I just used everywhere else. And I apparently don't know how to use powder foundation. But my point is I think with the powder foundation on top of the regular foundation, now the satin finish, we're going to talk about makeup for a minute. The satin finish foundation is a medium coverage, and the powder foundation is a light coverage, but both of them are buildable, whatever that means. It means you can put layers on, like an onion. Anyhow, my point is like, in person, it looks very chalky. I don't think you can really tell here, but just FYI. If you're going to do it, use one or the other. Obviously, the powder has a matte finish to it, obviously. But the satin finish has a dewy finish to it. So if you put the powder on top of the satin finish, you're going to get a matte finish. And I think it's too much. I just think it's too much. So there you have it. There's your update. I like the powder by itself. I think it's plenty of coverage by itself. For the most part, I think for just like a light day look, it's fine, especially since the powder is very portable and you can reapply it throughout the day. I think if you were to put the powder on and then put like a setting spray on it, I feel like it would last pretty long, and then you could reapply throughout the day if it starts to rub off or what have you, and it wouldn't be very messy or very noticeable because, again, it's just very light and very buildable, but you're stuck with a matte finish. Versus the liquid foundation, which is in a squeezy tube, and you really need like a sponge to apply it. So it's kind of a process, is my point. For those of you that care. Some of you do. Some of you don't. Couple of things. I was watching Mr. Snowflake's reaction to, I don't remember which one, might be this one, to Amber's videos, and he was like, what have you learned today? Don't you do anything interesting? Yada, yada, yada. Tell me about a book you've read or something like that. And I was like, yeah, what do I do? So anyway, I thought I'd share some things that I'm doing that are not me watching Amber. So I picked up Myrtle. I love logic puzzles. So this is Myrtle Volume 1. I'm roughly halfway through it. I have to redo this one completely because I effed it up, but that's a logic puzzle. I don't know if anybody else does these. I used to do these a long time ago when I was very small. I effed this one up though, so I gotta start over on that one. But they're fun. This is puzzle number 57, 56 out of 100. I think there's in here. Why am I looking? Because I can. That's why. Anyway, yes. I like the Myrtle ones. You used to be able to just buy magazines full of these, and they didn't have any like context to them. They were just like each one was like a little puzzle, and they're puzzles, right? They're logic puzzles. And anyway, but the Myrtle ones, I think there's 3 volumes of them out right now. They have like a very loose and ridiculous storyline to them. It's kind of cute. Anyway, so I'm enjoying those. And then I love these games, these exit games. They used to be in box form, and I've worked like 3 or 4 of the boxes. The games are like escape rooms in a box, and I love escape rooms as well. Ask me how many I've escaped from. Anyway, the boxes, like I said, I've worked I've worked 3 or 4 of them, and I've managed to get through all of them. But I've only managed to get through 2 of them in the allotted amount of time. But these don't have a time limit on them. But they're novels. Loose term on the novel. I mean, it is a story. It's not a Pulitzer Prize winning story. But there's 10 different little puzzles in here. Like puzzles. And you have to solve them. Let me find a better looking one. More complicated looking one. Yeah, so like little puzzles you have to figure out in order to... It's kind of like a choose your own adventure book, but you can't choose your own adventure until you solve the puzzle. And then you use this little slide thing here, and it tells you what page you need to go to next, because you can't just read the book from front to back. You have to jump around. So that's how that works. I'm enjoying the hell out of that. I'm about 3 puzzles in. Yeah, I'm on the 3rd puzzle right now. So that's a lot of fun. The problem with those is there are puzzles that require you to cut things in the book. So like with the box games, they're kind of like a one-trick pony. So I always tried to like photocopy things so that I could pass it on, because they're not cheap. That actually was only $20. And so was the Myrtle book. They're only about $20 each, which I think is decent. And then I'm trying to pull up a book here. Okay, so I'm reading, this is backwards, but it's Stoicism with Style by Lucy Layton. Layton? It's a journey through timeless wisdom for the modern woman. It's about Stoicism, obviously, but it's through a feminist lens. So if you like Stoicism, there you go. I like it a lot. I'm enjoying it. I'm on chapter 8 so far. That's what I'm reading to expand my brain, if you will. I'm reading some other stuff too, just like goofy shit. Oh, and I've been watching to prove that I am not just, the elite of the elites. I am also watching the Apothecary Chronicles, which is an anime. Liking that a lot. I'm on season 2 already. Good times. Very, very much enjoying it. All right, there you go. I am a whole person, apparently. I do things. So there. Am I more interesting than Amber? No one makes videos about me. I don't have 9 million reaction channels about me. Thank God. So there you have it. So which one of us is actually winning? You tell me. Let's see. I'm going to speed Amber up. I am behind, but we are doing the 2 episodes per video. That format really seems to be working well for me. And I know that these next 2 videos, Amber has caught the Rona. So we're gonna watch Amber spiral with the Rona. On the one hand, I want to kind of laugh about it because it's like, ha ha ha. On the other hand, she is a 500-pound woman with bad health catching the Rona. And that's not great. So, I mean, I don't think it is going to take her ass out, but it has the potential to. She could have gotten she could have had a very serious reaction to it, and it could have taken her ass out, because we also know that she doesn't get her boosters. I'm not even positive she got the original boosters. I think she got the Moderna shot. Maybe. But Moderna required 2, and I don't think she ever got the second one. So the only one that was a one and done was the J&J shot. So there you go. You know, Amber, the epitome of health. Which I also think is funny because I think it's this one that she goes on and brags about how wonderful her immune system is. So, ugh. I am a Ravenclaw. Let's go. Me and Beck, Ravenclaw. All right. I don't think I have anything else to say. I think I've overtalked everything anyhow. Thank you everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. Thank you to everybody. It's going to hit the thumbs up button. She is sped up to time and a half. Let me double check that. Yeah, that seems to be working out pretty well. No one's complained about it so far. And honestly, I can't tell the difference between her being on time and a quarter and her on time and a half. So there's that. This is a 17-minute video. It was put out 3 days ago, which would have been February the 22nd. Again, it is February the 25th. And I don't think I have anything else left to say. So I don't have a cat right now. We might get a cat later. So let's go.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Welcome to a new video. So today's actually
February the 7th. Okay.
February 7th, my mom's birthday. So we celebrated some of her birthday last night. Now we're celebrating it more tonight. We're actually going to my grandma's.
Yay.
And I am looking a little extra because my mom loves an extra look. And she
Your mom.
loves when I wear the butterfly clips in my hair. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I actually got them on Amazon months ago. And I forgot that I had them. They were on
Oh my god, you forgot you had them.
my bookshelf in this big bowl.
Oh, really? Holy crap. I would never have guessed.
Because this big bowl used to be a catch-all for me. It
Wow, you can reach that high.
was like lower down here. But now there's nothing in it. But yeah, I forgot
Cool.
that I had them. So I went on Amazon and I was looking for like 90s butterfly clips. I was feeling a little hesitant about wearing them, but literally every single person in the reviews, which there was so many,
Because all those reviews are real.
they were all women my age. So
How do you know? Were they all like, yes, I am a 33-year-old woman? Hello, fellow 33-year-old women who also like to buy 90s butterfly hair clips because we never grew up. Right. Anyway.
I don't feel too bad about it. I think it's just like a cute little pop of color.
I don't care. Here's the thing. Like, I wore butterfly hair clips. I probably still have a couple here or there. I don't have a problem with adult people wearing child accessories. That comes out weird, but you know, I don't care. Manufacturers don't care. Nobody gives a shit who buys this stuff and who wears this stuff, right? It's not that big of a deal. Unless you're making it a big deal, which is exactly what you're doing. I don't care, okay? I think it looks ridiculous. Yeah, it matches your earrings. I hate this dress anyway. It's doing nothing but making you look like Mimi. I hate being like that, but that's what you're doing. You're giving Mimi vibes. All you need is like some bright pink eyeshadow and you're good to go. If that's what you want to leave the house looking like, knock yourself out, man.
I feel like it's art. Like some women on there, like who had it like in their braids, like it looked so good. So I was like, I want to try it, and it looks okay on me. Okay,
Art.
guys. So I've been home for a little bit. I had a great time with my mom, my grandma, my step.
Spoilers, if you watch her lives and or watch anybody reviewing her lives, you will know that this is the event at which she... There we go. Sorry about all that. You will know that this is the event at which she contracted the Rona from her stepdad, who apparently got the Rona and proceeded to pass it on to everyone around him, apparently. I don't know. I don't understand why people aren't taking it seriously. Like, I get that we don't need to, like, mask everywhere and all that shit, but you still need to not spread it around. Just like you shouldn't spread the flu around. Like, I don't understand why this is a difficult concept for people. Employers and employees, like, employers, you should not be asking your employees to come in when they are sick because that's irresponsible. But anyway. And that kind of shit. And yes, you still need to quarantine when you have either the flu or COVID. You can fight me in the comment section if you want, but you're gonna not convince me otherwise because you're wrong. Anyway.
Stepdad, but now I feel like I need to have a heart-to-heart with you guys, like genuinely. So I'm sure a lot of you have noticed that I have not been talking about like how hurt I am and how heartbroken I feel because of my breakup.
When does this happen? When was this happening?
And that's because I've actively chosen not to talk about those.
Does this not include the video, 2 videos ago, where you were just like speak in waves, you guys. Okay.
things. Tommy and I were together for 7 months.
Oh my god. You're right. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize it had been that long. I apologize. I know that if my relationship of 17 years were to end tomorrow, I would have no right to be as sad as you after your 7-month. Shut up.
She actually broke up with me on our 7-month anniversary, and that was January 26th because we started dating June 26th.
To be honest with you, my partner could probably break up with me on our like 20th year anniversary, and I wouldn't actually know because I very, very, very rarely remember when our fucking anniversary is, which might be why he would do it.
And I know for a lot of people, like 7 months isn't a long time, but I fall in love quickly and I get attached super, super quickly.
I don't know why you're saying this like it's a good thing. Like, she says this a lot. And I don't know why she says it as if it is a positive trait or like a normal trait. It's like she thinks it's some kind of like unique positive thing. I fall in love quickly. That's weird. That's a red flag. I dated a guy one time who was telling people that I was his future wife, and we had only dated like 4 weeks. And I was like, that's not cool, man. And he goes, well, yeah, well, when you know, you know. And I was like, no, you don't. And I broke up with him because it was weird.
Especially when it's like with someone like that, like the bond that I shared with her was intense. And I
Food. The bond you shared was food.
loved her deeply. And it's not even just like the fact that I was with her for 7 months, but it's the fact that I spent almost half of that living with her.
Yeah, because you wouldn't fucking leave. And I'm sorry, it really does seem like you let your cat go so that you could try to pull strings so that you could stay longer. Also a red flag. You're willing to sacrifice animals that you've had longer than the relationship you've been in order to try to get that person to let you live with them? That's not strange to you? That's not weird behavior to you? It's weird behavior to me.
When you live with someone, like that obviously grows your bond even more.
No, usually it ruins things. There's a reason why I've never like, okay, I take that back. I did live with my best friend for about 3 months. Right after I graduated from college. Yes. I accepted a position in Chicago. Well, no, that was technically in Chicago. Anyway, point is, their office was outside of the city that my friend was living in at the time. And I needed to move there in order to take the position. And so I told my friend, hey, I got this job here. Can I crash on your couch for 3 months until I find a place to live? And she was like, yeah, sure. Come on over. And I was there for about 3 months. And she probably would have let me stay longer than that if I had asked or pushed it, but I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to be a burden basically. And so, you know, I found my own place there, but so yeah. But one of the reasons I didn't want to stay, you know, forever living with my friend is because I didn't want to put the strain on our friendship, right? This is my best friend, right? I don't want to fall apart over that. But yeah, but I've lived with friends before and it never ends well. So the only person, okay, 2 people I've ever lived with where I haven't wanted to like strangle them afterwards is obviously my best friend who let me live with them and my partner. And that one's up for debate some days. I'm pretty sure he wishes he could duct tape me to the ceiling a few times too.
And I don't know if you guys have heard of like women loving women relationships. Like we're extremely passionate and we connect on every single level.
Because no one else is. Those other relationships though, other people, they don't know how to have relationships. Just women loving women. Are we not allowed to say lesbian?
Like 2 women loving each other, those breakups are sometimes like super tumultuous and detrimental, and it freaking hurts.
And
it's like
are they okay?
I hate having to explain that. I hate having to explain.
Then stop explaining it because A, it sounds stupid. B, it's a little insulting. And C, I don't think those words mean what you think they mean.
my pain and why I hurt because we've only been together for 7 months. I think that's silly to ever have to like clarify or justify the way that I feel.
Also, haven't you done this like literally every time you've ever broken up with somebody? Like every single one of your girlfriends, you've had to try to explain to us why this relationship has been like the worst breakup that ever.
When I am going through a broken heart and when I'm going through actual true pain. So not only do I not want to talk about my heartbreak, I don't want to talk about my love life. From this point forward, it's not happening.
God, please. Please?
So whether I am flirting with someone, I'm in a situationship with someone, I'm getting into a relationship with someone.
So you are flirting with someone, you are in a situationship, and it's turning into a relationship? Okay, cool. She was texting with somebody on one of the last lives, and people were, as they do, calling her out on it because this is how these things begin. And she was like, no, I'm just texting a friend. This is what you have said every single time you have started a relationship since Beck. Who are you texting, Amber? Just a friend. And then it turns out, oh, this is my Valentine. And then it was, no, first it was wifey, then it was Valentine, then it was Tommy. Now who is it?
I'm going on dates. No matter what it is, I will not be speaking about it.
Do you go on dates?
I do not feel safe to do so, and I don't think I ever will. There were things that happened when I was with Tommy. Personal things were discovered, found out. There was docs.
That you were a feedie in a feeder-feedie relationship, and that you were willingly participating in it, and that's actually probably why you're heartbroken about losing the relationship, is because you finally found a relationship where you could just eat yourself into infinity and beyond, and that person was just as pleased as punch to watch you do it.
And harassment and threats. I no longer want to put someone and myself in the situation of having that happen. I wish people would just watch my life and not get involved with my life. When outside influence.
I have to agree with her there. I don't agree with doxing at all, ever. I don't think there's a point to it other than I think it's a weird power play kind of. It's like a weird twisted little power play thing, and I don't appreciate it in any way, shape, or form. There's really no point to it other than you're like trying to like, I feel like it's a threat. I feel like it's a low-key threat to people, and I think it's weird. So I am not a fan of it. And I think most reactors and most people on the internet who do stuff like this are not fans of it. I think you have to be on certain other parts of the internet before you start finding people who are like, yeah, doxing, who are that kind of people. That being said, where was I going with this whole thing? Yeah, doxing is bad, so there's that. I think that was the point I was trying to make.
Influences start to affect my actual real life relationships with people. That's when I know there's an issue. A lot of negative things.
Oh, the other part of this was, before you even introduced Tommy, you already knew what kind of audience you had. I thought, had learned that when you brought wifey into the picture, because you did some kind of attempts at maintaining wifey's identity. It doesn't matter, people figured it out, but you were trying, I guess. But then like all you did was mention, what was it, Emily's? No, that's actually Tommy's name. Erica's name, and people found her in like 24 hours, less than that. So I mean, I would have thought that you had that figured out before you dropped Tommy's name, but
happened, and those things would have never happened if it wasn't for the fact that I would have just like kept Tommy secret.
Yeah.
And Tommy loved each other so much, and we wanted to share that with the world.
Tommy knew who you were before you guys started dating. Tommy should have been aware of your audience before you guys started dating. This is another reason why I'm not that sympathetic towards Tommy, honestly. I don't think Tommy's a terrible well, okay. I'm not that sympathetic towards Tommy because Tommy reached out to you knowing who you are, having apparently watched other reaction channels, again, knowing your audience, knowing who you are, knowing why you are famous for what you are famous for. So why Tommy's acting like they're all shocked and shook and Pikachu faced about what happened, I really don't get that at all. Like, what did you think was going to happen? It's like you put your hand on the hot stove and then was like, oh my God, that's hot. Uh-huh. What happens? You especially know what's going to happen. So I don't know why you're sitting here lecturing us, because the majority of the reaction channels didn't participate in this whatsoever. Most of us are not for this kind of crap. We think this is weird and it's cow tipping and we don't like to participate with it. It's touching the poo. I just want to sit here and try to figure out why you're the way you are and why you continue to be the way you are. But you are you. You are the one living your life. You've been doing this for 11 going on 12 years at this point. I don't understand why you act like you're surprised every time this shit happens, you know? It's like I kick a wall and my toe gets hurt, and then I kick the wall again and my toe gets hurt. And I'm like, why is it every time I kick a wall, my toe hurts?
And that was new for me because I had just got out of 2 relationships, a situationship, that all of them wanted to be private. So it was exhilarating to me to be
2 relationships and a situationship that everybody wanted to be private. What 2 relationships? Where was the situationship? Are you counting Lexus as the situationship?
able to be like, this is Tommy, someone that I love so strongly and who also loves me back. We both genuinely wanted to share that with the world, but in doing
I'm still not convinced Tommy didn't have something to do with Cookiegate, so I don't know if Tommy loved you back as much as you think she did.
so it ruined us both. I want to be able to come on here and share my life with you, and that includes my love life, but I can't do it anymore. It's going to be hard. It's going to be different. But from this point on, I'm not going to talk about anything to do with relationships. We're not going to talk about if I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. Like, we're just not talking about any of that anymore. And
That would be amazing.
it's not a punishment, even though I'm sure it feels like that to a lot
If it's not a punishment, why are you bringing it up?
of people. It's just
Why don't you just do it? Don't talk to us about it, just do it. Stop telling me about things and just do it. I don't need to know. Just don't tell me about it.
to protect myself and the people I love, whether that be now or in the future. I just think that there are consequences to people's
You're the one that dragged your mom onto camera ASAP, right? I would think of the people you'd want to protect. Your mom would be one of them, but apparently not.
actions, and this unfortunately is a consequence for all of us.
How is it a consequence for all of us if it's not punishment? Madame. Yeah, so anyway.
Hello, it is the next
Hi.
day. It is February 8th. So I just put Wasabi in his cat carrier because today is their yearly
This whole clip is just amazing.
vaccinations / checkups and stuff, and poor Wasabi is meowing, but my mom's about to come pick me up. She'll be here in like 2 minutes. All right, you guys, so I've been home for a little bit.
That clip was almost long enough I could read that.
I have 2 healthy fur babies, of course.
Really? What happened to the other one? Anyway, you will note that there is no notification that either of the animals are chipped.
Okay, so I want to do a taste test. I'm actually about to make me a sandwich. I've
But we are going to eat chips.
been obsessed with sandwiches lately, but I wanted to try these 2 chips that I got. The first one
I've been obsessed with sandwiches lately, so I want to eat some chips.
is black bean spicy jalapeno. I don't know if I've ever had these before. They do sound a little familiar. Let's give them a taste. That is genuinely the faintest jalapeno flavor I have ever.
Eat, girl. Eat. Be confused and eat. Ah.
Had in my life. If my eyes were closed, I would not taste jalapeno. And they're not spicy, at least not to me.
Hold them down far enough and your eyes are effectively closed.
I handle spice really well, so maybe to the average person, there might be a little kick. But regardless, the flavor is good. I just can't.
Maybe to the average person, but I am so advanced when it comes to spicy food. My whole ass taste bud cannot taste spicy food.
Tell you what that flavor is. Next one I want to try are these. It is in a different language, but
It's a different language. Is it now? What language would that be then?
here in the back you can see
You know, they got this app for your phone. All you gotta do is like hover the camera over it and it translates shit for you.
it's garlic bread, so let's try it. Oh my god. They won't open. I have to do it like this.
I need a man.
I don't like doing it like that. So it's also a sun chip. All right. Whoa. That actually genuinely tastes like garlic bread. What? That's good. Okay, guys, so I have a real quick Amazon.
Shove more in your mouth.
Phone haul. First things first is I got some new slippers. I highly recommend these
Yay.
slippers because I get a new pair every year.
God, every year? When was the last time I got a pair of slippers? Did I get those last year? I had to have got those last year. I bought some fuzzy slippers at Aldi one day because there was a rainbow pair it was a pastel rainbow pair in the checkout line as I was checking out, and they were like $5.
So they're just black, and the brand is Everfoams. It literally says cozy and comfort. Very true. So I also got some blush. It's NYX Professional Makeup Buttermelt Blush in the color Butta Together. So cute, right?
It looks pretty. I'm not usually a pink person. I usually go for peaches, so I don't know.
First impression.
I do actually have blush on. Not that you can tell. I don't like to wear it real heavy.
Impressions when I open it. It isn't as pink as it looked on Amazon, girl.
How pink do you need it to be? I follow this person on Instagram who I adore. She's called the Black Forager, which is why I follow her, because she forages. And if you don't know what that is, you should find out. But she does her makeup really heavy, and I think she's going for like the woodland elf kind of thing. But her blush is like super pink, and she puts it on really heavy, and it's just like pink. And then she gets a little tip of her nose, and I mean, I think she's trying to go for like the woodland fairy look, but it's like, it's a bit much for me. Otherwise, and she gives two shits about what I think about her makeup, so. But I like, that's kind of why I don't really care for like the neon pink blush. But you know what? If that's what you want to wear, you rock your makeup out, because I look like a ghost 90% of the time, so you really should not be taking makeup tips from me.
So that's what it's looking like. We can really do a first impressions. I'm just going to use my finger because, why
Great. So much for that.
the heck not? I will say it is super, like, creamy feeling. Is that the buttermelts
Yes.
they're talking about? The lighting isn't 100%, but I will say just based on, like, how it goes on
I can kind of see it, I guess.
and, like, the little bit of, like, glow it gives, which I can see it in real life, but on the camera, I can tell that you guys can't really see it.
I kind of saw it, yeah.
Recommend, and this
You look like somebody came up and went, and there you go.
is on a face with no foundation whatsoever. So I imagine on a good day when I have, like, foundation.
You don't have foundation on? I don't believe you. I don't believe that. Your eyebrows are did. You've got your mascara on. You did your eyeliner. Your dark circles around your eyes are noticeable, but they don't look like a sunken skull. I think you've got foundation on, but I could be wrong.
Foundation on. It's actually going to be really cute. So I also wanted to try this brand, Happy Wax. They're soy wax melts, so they're healthier. It's natural ingredients.
Why do you think they're healthier? Arsenic's natural.
So it came with a 3-pack. I got fresh cotton, lemon verbena, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I do apologize, and calming lavender. And what I love about this, they're literally just tiny little bears. You literally just plop them
Those are cute.
on your little wax melt thing.
I've seen those somewhere. Well, okay, I've seen tiny little bears as wax melts somewhere.
Oh my god, that smells so good. And when I was looking at reviews and stuff, some people like mix and match. They would add like one of these and one of another. So
Oh my god.
I got these off of Amazon just so like a quicker shipping situation type deal. But there's like a whole website and they have so many different scents.
I'm pretty sure the website probably could have shipped them to you just about as fast as Amazon could. Just, throwing it out there.
So if I like these, I might actually start sticking with these instead of like what I have been using. Well, folks, since I filmed this, I have used them and they smell a lot better in the bag. You can barely smell them once they're actually in use. I'm so disappointed because I was looking forward to using them. I also got some Band-Aids because #excoriation problems. Last but not least, I got this for my members live stream to do, but I realized
I saw that in the store and I really thought about getting it because I love Valentine's Day themed crap. I'm sorry, I do. And it's just so pretty. And I'm really enjoying the Lego flower arrangement stuff. And god damn it, you guys. I really want to do I want to kind of like take a page out of Alex's Shook's book. I want to like put shelves behind me. I want to have like a actual 3-dimensional like room behind me. And I want to have shelves that have the flowers, the Lego flowers on them kind of arranged. I just think that would look really fun. It'd also be a bit of an investment, so here we are. But I'm really enjoying them. And I almost bought this one just because of the theme of it. But I also feel like Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not going to go back and look. Didn't she get this exact kit last year when she got the Bat Cave for Valentine's Day? Didn't she get this exact same kit? Because isn't this the same Valentine kit from last year? Am I wrong? I could be, but I'm not entirely positive.
Guys, how am I going to do a Lego members live stream? I have no like setup for you guys to actually watch me do it, and then I wouldn't be able to read the chat, and it's just going to get super confusing. So I'm just going to ask my members during my next members live stream like what you guys want me to do. So yeah, I don't know.
Hi, Kick. Hi, Kick.
Good morning, good morning.
That's how we
From
do
me and
it.
we saw boys. It's a baby boy.
As you can see here, it is the 9th of February, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos scheduled.
Yay.
And this is a reaction. I genuinely enjoy doing that, but it took me forever.
I'm going to react to her reaction. I'm going to give it to my editor to edit. Because it's actually really fascinating to watch. It is a manipulation of a manipulation. It is really fascinating to watch.
This video took hours and hours to make, but I kind of liked it. Okay guys, so I'm actually in the middle of doing some laundry, but I woke up with a headache, a sore throat.
My migraine is lifting. If I seem a little punchy, my migraine is Yep. My migraine is lifting, and I'm starting to get like the euphoria part of it, which just basically means I'm hyper.
Fingers crossed that it is just allergies. I don't get sick. I never get sick. Before my
You're always sick.
hysterectomy, which I had in 2020 due to having uterine cancer, I would get sick with a cold once a year, and
You were sick all the time. There's more than one compilation out there, including one by Mr. Snowflake, where it's just you constantly being sick.
I would get norovirus once a year, usually like January or December.
Norovirus is kind of like a big deal? So you got norovirus once a year? Oh, okay. Go on.
So that was just like my pattern of life. That was genuinely only happening for the few years that I was experiencing my uterine cancer symptoms. So I think
The few years that I was experiencing my uterine cancer symptoms. All right. Doesn't it bother you to say that out loud? That you had cancer for years before you got diagnosed with it? You had noticeable cancer symptoms for years before you went to a doctor to get diagnosed with it. Like, it's not like you went to doctors and they didn't diagnose you. It's not like that. You just didn't go to a doctor. You had the symptoms, you just didn't go. That gives me chills. I've had family members pass away from a variety of different cancers, right? I can't imagine. I can't imagine. Anyway.
Immune system was like really bad. But then I had the hysterectomy. I got the cancer out of me.
I went, out cancer. And it ran away. It went, ee, and flew away from me. Anyway, I'm sorry. She has no idea if she's actually cancer-free or not. She just feels it in her heart of hearts that she's not, that she doesn't have cancer anymore. She's never had any of the follow-up scans that I'm aware of. I think she's had one. And I'm not even positive on that one. But as far as I am aware, she's never gone back and had any of the other follow-up tests that she needs to have done. And she's certainly never done any of the like yearly exams that she needs to have to make sure that it isn't coming back, because it is one of those cancers that can come back. So if she's actually cancer-free, we don't know, and neither does she.
And since then, I haven't had a cold, haven't had the flu.
That's a bold-faced lie, but keep going.
Haven't had norovirus.
Why does she keep saying norovirus? Does she not know what it is? I don't think she knows what it is. I think she's heard it and she thinks she knows what it is, which is very typical. I don't think she actually knows what it is. If she'd had norovirus, she would know.
Nothing like that. The only sicknesses I get is, unfortunately, cellulitis, because I have lymphedema, and the first time I ever had cellulitis was when I was 16, so now it just stays doormat.
Okay. I've watched enough people have a field day with this one. Cellulitis is an infection that as I understand, it pops up because of basically uncleanliness. So sitting here and trying to explain to us that the only sickness that you get is your cellulitis is basically just explaining to us how unclean you are. And I could be very wrong about that. I just don't really know if you want to be bragging about that. It just seems like I don't know. Anyway,
It's very unfortunate, but like colds and flus and things like that, like I don't get them. And I was expecting like once I moved to Oklahoma that I was gonna be sick all the time because I go places with my mom a lot, multiple times a week. I'm going to like crowded places, and I still in a year and a half
I'm licking doorknobs and sticking my fingers on things and then going all over my fingers.
have not gotten sick. Very grateful for that. So I woke up today with some like allergy symptoms. I'm hoping that's literally all it is. I will say for the size that I am, my immune system is amazing.
Your eyes look like sunken skulls. You get wounds that don't heal. Your skin is red and irritated at all times. You can't walk. You can't breathe. Your legs have swollen to the size of tree trunks because you won't get your lipedema treated. Your hair's falling out. You're going prematurely gray. Yeah, girl, your immune system's fucking the gold standard over here.
Because I literally, on Thanksgiving of 2023, I hugged someone who had COVID. They didn't know at the time that they had it. They thought they were just sick. And then
So a year and a half ago, at Thanksgiving,
days later, they took the test. It was positive, and I never got it. Months later, one day at bingo, my mom was just not feeling well. She was like, "Can you feel my forehead? Does it feel hot?" And I was like, "Yeah, it does a little bit." We were sharing a drink. We were sitting right next to each other. Well, long story short, she had COVID. I never got it. It's just like I'm so grateful for my immune system. There are a lot of sicknesses happening right now. Like people who usually don't get sick are getting sick. Literally 2 examples of that is my grandma and my stepdad. They both recently got over being sick, and I just recently saw
spoilers, it was COVID.
them. Thankfully, they are feeling better. But yeah, I'm about to finish up my laundry, and I'm just gonna like rest for the day. Okay, you guys. So it's been a long time since I spoke to you guys, and
Long, long time ago, in a bedroom far away, Amber got COVID.
I have more symptoms: shivers, loss of appetite. My normal temperature is always 97.2. It's like the weirdest thing. And
What is average? We were having this discussion in another chat. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. The average human body temperature has actually dropped over the years. But only in the US. Or I guess that's the only place it's been studied. 98.6 Fahrenheit, and as of 2019, the average is 97.5. Mine usually runs around like close to 99. Not at 99, but real close. I have a very high body temperature to the point where every time when I was a kid, they would take my body temperature and be like, "Oh, you have a slight fever." No, I just have a high body temperature. But here we are. I wonder if mine has overall dropped. That'd be kind of interesting. Like, has my body temperature dropped now that I'm an adult? But yes, so, fun facts. Let's see, more recent research among the Tasman? Is that Tasman? Population in the Bolivian Amazon shows a decline of 0.09 Fahrenheit per year. A published study in 2020 found that the average body temperature is decreasing by 0.05 Fahrenheit per decade. Now, that's a big difference there. All right, anyway. This is why we don't trust the AI. I guess normally you're so... Okay, so the answer is the average human body temperature is between 97.5 and 98.6. There's your answer.
last time I checked it, it was 98.6. So that is a little warm for me, but definitely not a fever. I'm about to check in again.
I've been told those things aren't very accurate.
We have 99.0. Oh no. I'm trying to figure out, like, is this cellulitis or did I catch a cold?
If it's cellulitis, wouldn't you A, feel it, or B, see it? It's an infection.
The flu, whatever the hell is going on right now. Please don't even get me started on the weird misty fog that's been in Oklahoma. And the night that I went to bingo, it was so bad. Like, you genuinely could barely even see like 10 feet in front of you. It was crazy. It's like, what are they putting into the air? Is this
Moisture. They're putting moisture into the air. So fog, Amber, is... Oh, God. Fog is when God sneezes and all of his god germs sprinkle down onto the earth. Let's go even one further. Fog is angel farts. It's just all of the angels have had beans for dinner, and they're all just going all at once, and it creates fog. So you don't have to worry. It's just angel farts. All right, so let's go. All right, so the moon's not real because it doesn't glow when they take pictures of it from space. The sun is real, but you can't believe everything they tell you about it. Wind is weird because sometimes when you stand on one side of a building, the wind will blow on you. But if you go to the other side of the building, it doesn't blow on you. And now, fog will make you sick because there's stuff in it. She also believes in chemtrails. Let's not forget that, though. Sometimes we forget the things that she believes in, and one of the things she believes is she does actually believe in chemtrails. So the fog thing isn't that much of a stretch for her, to be honest. She probably believes that the fog is like a continuance of the chemtrails. So, yeah, Amber, the fog gave you COVID. That's how this works. All of y'all who have ever gotten COVID, it's just because of the fog. Stephen King wrote this already. He called it The Mist. It was, I think, a short story. I don't remember.
This mist making everyone sick. Anyways, I feel awful. If it is cellulitis, I know the precautions to take. I have an online doctor for that.
Can you imagine getting cellulitis so often that you have a protocol?
They immediately get me antibiotics and I'm able to figure that out like really quickly. But if it is just like common cold, sick.
And to brag about it. Oh my God, you guys, I get cellulitis so fast. I get cellulitis so frequently that I just call the doctors and they just know what to do. That's weird.
Whatever it may be, I'm gonna just get like Dayquil, NyQuil. Regardless, I have the shivers, I'm cold, just overall do not feel good. So I'm gonna go to sleep for the night. I'm trying very hard to warm myself up. I have this massive sweater thing on me. I have
How do you get cold?
2 blankets on me, which I usually do anyways, but I also have like a pillow on me and I'm just trying to be as warm as possible.
I don't understand.
Hey guys, so it is the next morning. It's 6 a.m. and my fever is 101. My whole body just hurts so bad.
What is this? What is this? She's had it for as long as she's had that gouge on her arm that she said is from the cabinet. So what is this? Where did it come from? It's at least as old as the gouge on her arm. It's not a hickey. I know somebody was asking that earlier. It's not a hickey. It's been on her chest for a while now.
Bad, and it feels so freaking hot. It's really scary for someone my size to like have a fever and to get sick.
Yeah, actually it is.
And I just feel really awful. I'm about to take me a Tylenol. You guys know me. I hate taking medicine, so you must know. This girl wants her fever down. And I'm gonna be washing
And she's going out of her way to kind of sort of hide it, but not really.
it down
And she hasn't told us what it is.
with a Gatorade Zero. I feel so delirious right now. Oh my god. So I contacted my mom.
So I decided to film it.
And I was like, I don't mean to bother you. Can you get me more Gatorade? Because it's my last one. And I think she's gonna give me medicine and stuff. So my stepdad just brought me some Dayquil, NyQuil, Alka-Seltzer,
I love that the Alka-Seltzer's already open.
plus some home-style chicken noodle soup, a big old thing of Sprite Zero, and some more Gatorade here.
Look, I'm only laughing. With the exception of the Gatorade. The Gatorade and the Alka-Seltzer. If you take the Alka-Seltzer away, take the Gatorade away, and put like Sunny Delight and or orange juice there, this is my family care package as well. 7-Up and or Sprite, chicken soup of some variety, Dayquil, NyQuil, and some kind of citrus drink. You're good to go. Kleenexes. Boxes of Kleenex. I'm only laughing because I'm like, I recognize this. This is the Your Sick Care package. Oh, no.
2 of them. Oh my god, I'm so grateful. So update, my leg still isn't right or anything, so it's not cellulitis. I got a really big nap in. Now I'm sneezing, my nose is runny. The whole 9 yards. I have every symptom you can think of when it comes to being sick. But I want to go take a shower and hopefully it'll like clear my sinuses a little bit. I do want to end this vlog because I'm literally just going to be sick and resting for the rest of the day. And I don't want to like annoy you guys. Really, it's been, oh my god, since 2020.
Why is now a problem? Why do you care now that you're annoying us?
It's been 5 years since I've been sick. And it just
Sure, Jan.
Give me a little anxiety. So anyways, I'm gonna rest, you take a medicine, go shower. I look a wreck.
God. Why?
I'm currently taking it at home.
Hey, I can see Caesar a little bit though. Hey, Caesar. I'm so sorry you have to see this, baby. I know, baby. We can make it through this together. Hold my hand. Hold my hand, Caesar. There we go. We can do this together, Caesar. We can do this together.
I just got off the phone with my mom. I'm crying like a little bitch.
Her words, not mine.
Fully aware. I have COVID. It's just like, what the fuck?
Look, okay. Before I start cackling like a witch, it is pretty scary for somebody her size with her ironclad immune system to catch something like COVID. All right. The reality of the situation is this could have gone very badly for her. All right. She really could have spiraled. Her health really could have tanked. We could have been sans Amber, right? It really could have been that quick and that simple. COVID really is lethal still. I know there was some people are like, oh my God, is it really that big of a deal? Yes, it's still that big of a deal. It really can be that deadly still. You can die from the flu. All right. It's really not something to joke around about. But I don't think we have that issue because, you know, she's still going live tonight around 9 and she's had it for about 2 weeks at this point. I don't think she's sick anymore. So clearly she dodged that bullet. I mean, that's good. I'm not wishing the worst on her, obviously. Which is also why now I can kind of like see the humor in the situation because I know the worst didn't happen. I am curious though to see if she has any like long-term side effects of it. COVID has a record of like wreaking havoc on like your respiratory system, and it does have some really nasty side effects on your heart. So there are some lasting side effects of COVID that she could still potentially have issues with. And I mean, it can stretch out. What was the study I was reading saying? Somewhere like 6 months and on. We don't know exactly how long it could affect us because we just don't have long-term studies yet. Because we haven't had it long enough to have long-term studies. So there you go. So I mean, potentially there still could be a downside to this for her. She's not in the clear yet, but I don't know. I mean, maybe she is. But the worst of it, I guess, is past. She's no longer this sick. I had COVID for realsies. Yeah, somewhere between Christmas and New Year. And I think I mentioned it once or twice in one of my videos because I lost my sense of smell, and that is literally the only reason I know I had it is because I could not smell anything, and it was very strange. Because I couldn't taste anything either, which was even weirder. And I thought I wasn't going to have my sense of smell back, and that freaked me out. That freaked me out more than anything. I still was not I still wasn't doing this. But anyway. And I will say, I don't think I've recovered my sense of smell completely. So there you go.
Like, I know like, I'm gonna be okay, but like, it's scary. I don't know why.
Because you could potentially not be a person.
So the test that I have, I already checked, and it expires in a couple months from now. But I love this test because it tests for like all the flus.
She says, I love this test. How often are you taking this test? Like, how frequently are you testing yourself? I mean, props, I guess, for being vigilant, but like, you'll test the shit out of yourself, but you won't go get a booster?
For flu A, flu B, and obviously COVID, which is a dark line with a light line. And there was my thing.
Okay.
Like, I genuinely am so shocked. Like, I didn't expect to be the one. I thought I was just gonna go my whole life without it. And
Why?
I don't know, I'm just kind of like scared. So,
Good, you should be.
like, I don't know what to do. Like, I know this is crazy, and I just have anxiety, and anxiety lies to you. And I'm genuinely.
Anxiety is a thing that we do to keep ourselves alive. I mean, it's a real thing. It just, in today's day and age, we have anxiety over things that are not necessarily life-threatening. This is life-threatening? Call the doctor. You have a temperature over 100. You should have called the doctor a while ago. People don't know how to be sick anymore. This is what I'm coming to conclude. Y'all don't understand what sick is. Some of you have never been sick, and it shows. No, I'm kidding. Anyway. All right, look. Those of you who don't know, they have like a 7-day regimen that you can get. You just have to call. What did he do? My partner got it. You just have to call the pharmacist, I think, and basically they give you a quiz and they decide if you have COVID or not. I think you can also call your GP if you have one, and they call in this prescription, and it's like a 7-day pill, 7-day set of pills that you take. It makes you taste pennies, like you will have a metallic taste in your mouth for 7 days, but it basically cures COVID in like 7 days, or it gets the worst of the symptoms over with in 7 days. So that would be the next step, especially if you're somebody who's worried about your overall health because you're over 500 pounds and you have the immune system of a wet piece of paper. That would be my suggestion. But so you don't have to have a GP. You can call like a clinic or something like that. So there's ways to get a hold of it if you don't have a doctor. You don't need to go to an emergency room. You don't have to go into a clinic. I was getting my blood drawn. This was a while ago now. I was getting my blood drawn, and the room next to me, the walls are like wafer thin. The room next to me, I can hear there's an elderly couple in there, and the husband is ill, and the wife's in there doing what the older wife thing does. He's moping around and he says he's sick, but I think he's got, as you do. And the doctor's in there and he's like, yeah. Well, we know, we gave him a COVID test. Well, why did you do that? Well, it's just protocol when people come in with certain symptoms. Oh, well, he doesn't have the COVID. And he goes, well, yeah, actually he does. Really? Yeah, he's got COVID. So I need you guys to start masking. It was great. And I'm sitting here waiting for my blood to get drawn going, God damn it. Anyway, it was just a funny moment.
I'm a mess, and why am I documenting this for the whole world? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, it's kind of funny though, but thanks.
Genuinely.
I would say this is kind of an example of how not to deal with COVID should you get it.
I tried to end this vlog like 100 times, but I keep having something to say. It's just crazy to me that like I was fixing to shower, and then I remembered that I had a COVID test that also tested other flus, and I was like, this just feels weird to me. So
you have COVID test. You're like one step away from like a anti-vaxxer. Why do you have COVID tests?
Before I got in the shower, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take the test. I genuinely, wholeheartedly was expecting like nothing to pop up, like nothing at all. I have gone so long without COVID, but yeah, I didn't want to leave you guys in the middle of me having like a complete panic freak out.
Why? It's not the first time.
And I know to a lot of people, you guys are probably like, why is she reacting that way? I've always had this weird irrational fear of COVID. That's actually how my grandpa passed away. And I know
I don't remember this. I feel like, and I'm not the only one to ask this question because a lot of people were confused in the chats of these videos that I was watching who were like, when did this happen? I don't remember her grandfather passing away from COVID. I remember she had a grandfather that passed. Or am I confusing her with someone else? But either way, I don't remember her mentioning having a family member pass from COVID, but I could be wrong.
A lot of people have suffered with like long COVID, and they've also had people in their life pass away from it. And like, obviously it's a scary thing, especially someone who like never gets sick, someone who is over.
You know you're lying. Why do you keep harping on this? Do you just not remember getting sick?
500 pounds. The whole thing genuinely just freaks me out, but I am calmer now. My mom helped calm me down. I was like, do I go to a doctor? And she was like,
yes.
No, this is just one of those things that you
Mama Lynn, yes. Yes, you do.
have to like quarantine and just wait it out. Take
You do need to quarantine.
medicine to feel better. But if I do notice myself getting worse, then obviously I might like have to see a doctor or something. But
Oh my God.
as of right now, my fever's gone down and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm gonna be okay. Like genuinely, I'm gonna be okay. And I need to just like stay as positive as possible. A lot of people have had COVID. It's a pandemic for a reason. This vlog has been all over the place.
Sorry.
And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
I did not expect that to take an hour for me to react to, so I guess we'll call it here. Probably I spent too much time at the beginning talking about how I would do interesting things. Aren't I an interesting person? Anyway, I'm sorry. So I talked too much through this one. I'm sure people are going to pop off in the comments section down below. If you want to sit down there and tell me that COVID's not real and that vaccines don't do shit, go somewhere else. That's pretty much all I've got to say. Amber's a fucking idiot, as usual. If you test positive for COVID, there are things you can do to mitigate your symptoms and to make your COVID last less amounts of time. But yes, you do need to mask. You do need to quarantine. The CDC still has a website that will walk you through what you need to do in order to not be Typhoid Mary. The rest of the world would appreciate that. And that's pretty much all I've got for you. Please don't be Amber. Just don't take advice from Amber ever about anything to do with health ever. And that's all I've got for you guys. I guess if you've made it this far in the video and you haven't rage quit, go ahead and leave. Is there a tissue? I feel like there's a tissue, or there's like a nose, or there's like somebody blowing their nose emojis, something like that, down in the comment section down below. Yeah, so that's that. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, the last time I had COVID, I honest to God didn't even know. I mean, I was sick. I knew that. I was tired. I had a stuffy nose. I was like, where is the mucus coming from? Because I was just constantly blowing my nose. But if I hadn't lost my sense of smell, I would not have even thought to test for it. So that's the only reason I know I had it, is because I lost my sense of smell. Otherwise, I probably would have just thought I had the flu. I still would have stayed home. And I did, because I felt like shit, but otherwise. But I know a couple other people have shared with me that, you know, the last time they had it, it like wiped their ass and all kinds of stuff. So, I mean, everybody gets it kind of at varying degrees. Some people get it and they don't even notice they have it. So there you go. Yeah, so your emoji is like a tissue or a nose or somebody blowing their nose. And yeah, I'm sorry this one ran as long as it did, but I guess that just means you get more Amber reaction. All right. Anyway, I will see everybody in the next one. That's all I've got for you. Thank you for everybody supporting the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. This kind of content is what you like to watch. Go ahead and subscribe, because we do this all the time. And also I have memberships. Apparently I'm supposed to mention that to you guys. I have memberships. There's a join button down below. You should click on it. It'll explain to you what you get for being a member. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see everybody in the next one. Bye!
This is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me, because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.